Although many American families spend time around the fireplace at Christmas, this Christmas Generation Student Ministry marks fire with an investigation. This is the story of an alleged fire on June 1st, 2012, and one man's search to find out who's at fault. Now to our experts.
Not only am I the resident expert for all things smoke, fog, and otherwise special effects related, I'm also the established authority for the entire southeastern region. You can clearly see on the label on the back of the fog fluid, it says, artificial fog may activate smoke detectors, and this also has to be used in close adult supervision. So apparently we had a perfect storm of events here that caused the fire alarm to go off, and that just can't happen.
Failure to comply to the exiting of the emergency exit when the fire alarm goes off could result in a fatality.
What do you remember about the time before the incident?
I'm sitting at home getting ready to eat a pot roast dinner, and I get a phone call.
We were praising the Lord and just about ready to go into a time of games, and there were so many students and there was fog all around. It was like the Holy Spirit was among us, and all of a sudden we heard this awful noise.
Man, I personally was destroying kids at dodgeball and handing out a bunch of funds, all the extra dollars I had, doing whatever Jesus would do, really. And next thing I know, some of our leaders, who were hardly helping me at all, noticed that there was some smoke.
Yeah, I was there. I remember it was a pretty wild night. Just got home, hadn't been in town for a while, and excited to see what was going on. And then a lot of students, but I could tell that things were going to get pretty crazy. There was a lot on their plate that night with a pretty wild group of kids.
So what exactly happened that night, in your opinion?
When I got here, Patrick, he was new, and I laid into him because I thought he should know better than run that darn fog machine. But, because I take care of this building, and it's a huge responsibility, and I'm responsible for it. And those kids, they're running everywhere, just acting crazy, thinking it was funny. And
so the alarms went off, and all the kids just started going crazy. You would have thought it was some kind of ridiculous disease going around. Kids hit the floor, they're stop, dropping, and rolling, but they're rolling towards the smoke and not away from it. But Mike Mosen runs in, he just guided everybody outside. It was mayhem.
So who are you saying is at fault?
I'm pretty positive that it was Matt that set that fog machine off. I thought he should have known better, but and I know it wasn't me because I was home eating my dinner.
Although he did a good job covering up the mistake, and he'd like all of us to believe that he was not responsible for what happened that night, Mike Mosen nearly burnt down the student access building that night at Surge.
So many times when we're moving along in this life, Satan comes in and he just takes the wind out from our wings. It is always Satan's fault when something bad happens.
I don't know why they do it. It was a crazy night. The smoke alarms went off, and I know a lot of blame came back our way, but I just think that facilities isn't taking care of this place like they should. I don't understand why this always happens, but smoke alarm went off. Yeah, blame the youth ministers, easy way out. It was a tough night, and in my opinion, if stuff were fixed right, this would have never happened.
Well, all I know is we didn't start the fire.
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 All I know is facilities didn't start the fog.